Well, hi, Oklahoma City Dodgers fans. Glad you could join us here today. Alex Freedman, very pleased to be joined with Dodgers outfielder DJ Peters. Fortunate enough to take some time out of his schedule, join us from his home in Rancho Cucamonga. And DJ, first and foremost, thank you for joining us today. How are you and your family doing during this time?
Thank you for having me, Alex. Hello, Dodger fans. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing well and staying safe out there. We're doing well, as well as we can be doing during this time. And, obviously wishing we were on the baseball field playing and in front of all of the amazing Oklahoma City Dodger fans. But, the times are, what they are right now. And hopefully, everyone's staying safe, like I said, and, people are taking the right, precautions.
What's your kind of day-to-day schedule like now? Obviously, under normal circumstances, you'd be playing somewhere, like you said, in the hopes to be on the field. But I'm sure for like yourself, like a lot of us, it's the first time in a long time, early April, we're sitting at home right now. So what's your daily schedule like for the time being?
Yeah, it's actually weird. This is the first time I've been home in April since I was in high school. So that's in 2014, that's 6 years ago, 5-6 years ago now. So it's definitely weird. You feel like you're supposed to be somewhere else, kind of like when you're in elementary school, middle school, and you get taken out of school for like a dentist appointment, and you feel like you're supposed to be it is what it is, like I said, with all the times and stuff going on. But I'm actually really, really fortunate. So there's this indoor baseball facility about 2 miles from my home here in Rancho Cucamonga. So I've been going there every single day, like just a small group of us, and we're doing the whole social distancing stuff like that, and it's a big warehouse, so a big facility. Sorry, so we're getting all our work done every day, and like I said, really fortunate. I've known the owner over there for a long time, and like I said, just really fortunate to be there. So, I'm still getting all of my work done. So it kind of feels like an off season, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I was going to ask, how much direction have the Dodgers given you? Have they given you workout plans and maybe best practices to try and stay sharp? I imagine there's probably a bit of communication on both ends.
Yeah, no, we're definitely, we have this program called Conduct, which will have our workouts for the day. So basically, Tyler Norton who's our AAA strength coach, will give me a program for that week. And just like in the off season, whether it's BMAC doing it, Travis or Tyler, like I said. So staying, in that kind of routine, like I said, it kind of feels like the off season. So we're kind of doing like off season lifts, like if we're able to use a gym, which is nice that I get to, but they're also modifying workouts to people that, don't have a gym, that they don't have access to one. So they're doing home workouts, whether it's, you've seen all the videos like on social media, whether it's, a water jug here or, rocks here or there. So guys are staying busy. So yeah, I'm on, Conduct, and like I said, I'm getting my program every single day, which is huge.
Yeah, and during that answer, DJ referenced BMAC Brandon McDaniel, who's the head strength conditioning coach for the big league club. And if you're a fan and you've not started watching his workouts on the LA Dodgers Facebook page, I imagine so. I've been doing them. They're great to do at home. They can be as easy as hard, basically, as you want them to be. So he's doing them every Monday and Friday, and actually did mine just a little bit before DJ and I started recording here. So let's go back to those last few days of spring training, because I was there, saw you. It was that March 6th through 8th. And I remember when we were there, you guys were first kind of just getting some very basic information, like the team doctor came in to just kind of talk about what coronavirus is. Guys were encouraged to stop shaking hands, just unfortunately maybe not be able to sign autographs for fans or anything like that. And then it was just 2-3 days later, basically, that everything was shut down. So from a player's perspective, kind of walk through how that whole snowball effect went.
Obviously, the number one thing that, we want to do is, do our jobs and, play baseball. Spring training is amazing. You're there. The fans are unbelievable. It feels, like you walk anywhere and there's Dodger fans, whether you're at the mall or, or, you know, at the actual park. I mean, like I said, you were there, like the tunnel is just hundreds of people long, and whether it's a weekday or a weekend. So Dodger fans travel well. And, you know, obviously, like I said, we want to be on the field, but we also want to be, you know, cautious and safe, not for our own being or our families, but also the fans as well. So obviously, you know, not, you know, signing and stuff like that was, you know, tough to do. But, you know, all the fans were really, really understanding, because I'm pretty sure MLB came out saying something about it. And, you know, the players want to, you know, interact with the fans you know, as much as possible. So it definitely took a hit, you know, to me, especially because I like to, you know, take pictures with the fans and sign stuff and stuff like that. But, you know, like I said before, you kind of have to, you know, think about, you know, there's bigger people out there than just me and that one person. You know, I go somewhere and, you know, who knows? So definitely the number one thing is to be safe. And, you know, I'm pretty sure, or I know that MLB did a really good job with it, tackling it early. And then, like you said, a couple days later, we were all sent home. So obviously the issue is huge, or else we would be playing right now if it wasn't huge. So I just encourage everybody to just be safe and keep on, you know, doing what they've been doing, which is the social distancing and stuff like that.
You mentioned earlier that you're fortunate to still be able to get, you know, your regular workouts in, be able to use a hitting facility. I was actually listening to an interview with Matt Beatty earlier today, and he and Edwin Rios are still living out in Arizona. And he talked about how they went to the store and bought some dried pinto beans to do some drills for hand-eye coordination. Are you doing anything maybe a little bit unique that you wouldn't be able to, I should say, in place of something you normally would do?
Right. I mean, like I said, Alex, I'm extremely fortunate. So no, I haven't had to do that, but that's definitely creative. That's definitely something that could definitely buy the time of not being inside of a cage or, you know, not having a tee. So, but no, I mean, like this it's called a EM, speed and power, and you know, we have a big weight room, 50 yards of turf in there. I mean, you name it, you can play catch in there. There's eight batting cages, with, you know, pitching machines, and so we're definitely lucky. So just really fortunate about that. So I haven't been creative like that, but been able to, you know, hit off the fastball machine every day and, you know, stay as game ready as I can be.
Any other guys or names we might recognize who are part of that group at that facility?
So Ryan Halstead, he was AAA with the Sacramento River Cats, and then Christian Lopes, who was
Yep.
shortstop at Nashville, and then his brother Tim Lopes, who was in Tacoma but then got called up with the Mariners, and then Cody Freeman, who is a new draft guy from, you know, one of the local high schools here. And you know, we've all been going there since we were you know, in freshmen in high school, elementary school, some of us, and even, you know, middle school. So you know, the baseball facilities down here are a huge thing, just because baseball is so big down here. So, you know, like I said, I've known Ryan, who it's his dad's facility. It's called EM Speed and Power, like I said, and yeah, no. So I've been going there ever since I was, you know, young.
So non-baseball related activities, have you picked up any new hobbies, or what kind of TV shows and movies have you been watching recently?
So I'm almost done with Breaking Bad.
Okay. I
Super,
tackled that last off season.
yeah, almost done with that. Just trying to kind of savor it because it's just so good, and I probably have 5 more episodes left. So just trying to watch one a night, not trying to get ahead of myself because I don't want it to end. It's just so good. And I heard that there's a movie after it. So
There is, yeah. It's called El Camino.
So I mean, definitely gonna watch that. I heard the Tiger King was good. We'll probably start that after. And kind of just, you know, I've never been a real big show guy. I mean, I love Criminal Minds, and like I love Monk. So there's just Breaking Bad has been great. If no one's ever seen it, I highly recommend watching it. And then I heard Tiger King's unbelievable, so I can't wait to watch that either.
I've not seen Tiger King yet. Obviously, for me, I kind of knew the story basically already because that town is not far from Oklahoma
Right,
City.
right.
And if you're driving south towards Texas, you're going to pass by that town all the time. But I haven't got into that one yet, but I'm sure I will at some point. I also know that this off season you got engaged. Congratulations! So does
Yes,
this mean
thank
that,
you.
that you have extra time to do some wedding prep now?
Yeah, no, we got the wedding plan going. We got a puppy about 8 weeks ago, so she's been wanting to go on walks and wanting to play and all that good stuff. So wedding planning, the puppy, it's been fun, man. I mean, I come home from the workouts from about nine to about 1:30, 2 o'clock every day. So long workout
Yeah.
days, like I said, kind of like the off season, kind of treating it like that, getting all of our work in. But we come home and get to play with the puppy and wedding plan, and go on walks and kind of do like normal people stuff, I guess you could say. And um, it's fun. It is. And the wedding plan is going good. Shay is tackling that, and kind of she asked me something, and I say yeah, and you know it is what it is.
Yeah.
So it's fun. We are really really looking forward to it, and yeah, she's awesome.
Let's now kind of look back a little bit at last season. Basically, split the year between Tulsa and Oklahoma City. And when you first got to Oklahoma City, you and Gavin Lux really kind of helped kind of complete a lineup in a sense. I just felt that time from when you guys joined in late June through late July, when that lineup was as stacked as maybe it has been since I've even been in Oklahoma City, with you, Gavin, Eddie Rios, Will Smith. Connor Joe was batting seventh and eighth a lot of
Right.
the time. And the term I used was when that lineup was together in Oklahoma City, you could put up 7 runs without breaking a sweat. What was it like being able to not only get your first taste of AAA, but to be around so many great players and hit in the middle of that lineup?
I mean, it's that lineup was, if not the best in minor league baseball. I think. I mean, what you had so many of those guys playing the big leagues last year, and I mean, guys like Connor Joe. I mean, like he started in the big leagues, came to AAA, and I think he hit 300 all year, having 500 at bats. Like nobody understands like how hard that is to do. And when a guy like that's hitting seventh and eighth in a lineup, like that's just a scary lineup. And not to mention Dustin May, Tony Gonsolin, staff, Dennis Santana, is just unbelievable. And I think and I know that it goes back down to all the way from the scouting department to the front office, and knowing how to develop players, but also draft really good dudes too. I mean, all
Yeah.
of those dudes I just named are just unbelievable. I mean, you've been around them.
Yep.
Edwin Rios is probably one of the funniest guys in the world, and just really good dudes. And when you have guys like Gavin, me, Will, Garlic at the time,
Oh,
Babe,
forgot garlic.
and
Yeah.
Baby, and Rios, and Kojo, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. And really good lineup. When Gavin and I got there, we definitely took off. I think it was Travis. Travis told me that Gavin and I really really helped out that lineup, and it definitely showed. And it was just a really good group to be around, and really really fun. And I think it goes to the Dodgers front office, and they know how to develop players, and the player development and all that good stuff.
Yeah, that leads me to another question. Earlier today, I was reading a story that Baseball America recently did that talks about the Dodgers player development system and how it's been able to be successful. Not only that, but also while having big league success, because you're never picking very high in the draft. Not only how they've developed their players, but how they found guys maybe from other organizations that have a certain set of skills that they felt they could tweak a little bit and help them in pointing out the Max Muncy's, Chris Taylor, stuff like that. Of course, you don't necessarily have anything to compare it to because it's all but what is it like and how special is just to be a member of the Dodgers organization? And why is it, from your perspective as a player, that they're able to do so well in player development, whether it's someone who's picked it at the top of the draft, bottom of the draft, or someone that they pick up off waivers or as a free agent.
Right. I mean, for me, it's an absolute blessing. Grew up 25 miles from Dodger Stadium. Went to the games growing up. I remember going to school, and my dad picked me up early from school, and we would just go straight to the ballpark on a Friday night. And like I said, grew up going to the game. So when I was picked by them fairly early, it was a dream come true, and signed in a 2016 in the fourth round, and never looked back. Like you said, I mean, I don't really know anything different, but I know that the Dodgers care about the person before the player, and I think that is huge, because you have really good players, but you also have really good dudes, and if you're a good player and you're not a good dude, you will get weeded out. So I think it goes to show, like I said, with the player development, the front office, getting to really know the dude before the baseball player, because at the end of the day, like we're all going to stop playing baseball at some point, and if you're not a good person, you're not really going to succeed in the world. So but like you said, you have the top round guys, but then you also have the guys like Zach McKinstry. I mean, 33rd rounder my year. It was me and Will Smith's year and Gavin's year and Dustin. I mean, like the list goes on. But Zach was a 33rd rounder, and got put on the roster this year. And that guy is the definition of a grinder, man. And he really good dude. Like I said before, a really good baseball player. And now he is a stud, and he's gonna be really, really good for a long time. And I think it just goes to show that if they draft really good dudes, that want to work and want to listen and want to get better, that like they will turn out to be really good baseball players.
Yeah, and just to echo a lot of your sentiments in terms of the character, and I think all organizations will say they care about it, but with the Dodgers, it's not lip service. And
Right.
in the 5 years being with that organization, I can think of literally one person I would not consider high character, and he's not with the organization anymore. So,
Right.
in that, which I've encountered, and that also goes to all the coaches and instructors too.
Right.
Just all
Yeah.
great people, throughout the organization. You also mentioned your draft class, 2016, which ultimately history will tell, what happens with that or any other draft class. But the Dodgers 2016 draft class within the last 5 years, I think you could argue even right now is one of the most successful draft classes by
Yeah.
any team. Yourself, Gavin Lux, Will Smith, Tony Gonsolin, Dustin May. You mentioned Zach McKinstry, other guys who progressed nicely and then were traded for key pieces
Right.
at major league level, like Devin Smeltzer and Dean Kramer. That's got to be a big source of pride to be in that group and have everybody really just, I mean, having unbelievable careers so far. Just even the amount of guys who have gotten as far as AAA so far, you don't
Right.
see. You don't see that very often. So I imagine that's a big source of pride for not only yourself, but the other members of that draft class.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it was an absolute blessing. But when I got to camp and got to know those guys, I mean, like you said, yeah, Gavin, Dustin, me, Devin Smeltzer, Mitchell White,
Oh yeah.
Tony, Zach, Luke Rayleigh, just tons of guys. I mean, I'm definitely missing a couple. Dean Kramer. It was just an unbelievable draft class, and to see how many guys of those panned out already in such a short time is a testament to the Dodgers scouting department. And we all kind of went in kind of like in a row, like round wise. But like you said, even to get to AAA so quick is huge. And I think that all of those guys are going to be big league guys for a very, very long time. And like I said, that just goes to the testament of the Dodgers scouting department and front office.
So this past off season, you get added to the 40-man roster along with a couple of those guys that you mentioned in Mitch White and Zach McKinstry. And I'm sure you knew that it was gonna be the year you had to be protected, or else you'd be eligible for the Rule 5 draft. So when you got that news in late November that you were added to the 40-man roster, excitement, relief. Take us through getting that word and how you felt, and maybe how you celebrated.
I was really excited, man. I mean, whenever you get the added to the 40-man roster, it's an absolute blessing, and I mean 40 guys like this organization is unbelievable. I mean, like you said, they win at the big league level, but they also win at the minor league level, and that's that just doesn't happen. So to be one of those 40 guys is something that is very very special to me, and it's one of the best organizations in all of sports. So it's huge, absolute blessing, and we kind of just I got the call, said that they were going to protect me, and then it was actually raining that day, I believe, so you couldn't really do much, but we had like a nice dinner at home, and kind of just like a little bit of celebration in that aspect, but obviously know that there's a lot more work to be done.
Sure.
And so yeah.
I've got one more question before we dip into some of the questions that fans submit on social media. So last year in a game against San Antonio, you hit one of the longest home runs I think I've ever seen in my life, that went off the hotel in left center field, about 5-6 stories up. And I guess that night, was your phone maybe blowing up a little bit more than usual? It was hit, for those who don't know, it was hit so hard or far and high that even TrackMan didn't get any of the numbers on it. So I'm sure you remember that home run. And then again, did you hear? Was you like, how much I guess love were you getting on your phone that night after that?
Yeah, so that was actually my second one of the game, I think, and it was like when you get a ball, and but like I got that one, and like I've never been got to like pimp homers or nothing like that, so you kind of just put my head down, and I didn't see where it landed, um, and then like somebody in the dugout said that it hit off the hotel, and I thought that they were just razzing me, of course, it was like I knew that I hit it well, but I didn't, so then I came back in, and Cooley was like, "Yeah, dude, like you hit that one off of the hotel," and I wanted to go and look at how far it was, or that kind of stuff, and it didn't register, but it was all over social media, and um, I mean, it just like another home run to me, but um, that one was hit a long way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, it was for sure. All right. So you actually touched on some things that some fans had asked already in terms of your routine and all that, but I'm going to get up some other things on my phone here and see what other questions that we've got for you from some of the fans that wrote in. All right, so first one. This comes from on Instagram, Valerie Almazan. Being a Southern California native, name your favorite beach to go to. Hers is Huntington Beach, but she's curious as to what your favorite beach is.
So growing up, I loved going to Newport Beach. It's right next to Huntington. I'm sorry. And Newport, all of the streets, really good food down there. But now that I'm like a little older, Laguna is really really nice. Really good restaurants around there too. But it's Southern California, man. All the beaches are fun and they're all nice, and but definitely Newport, or definitely Laguna.
This is from at Nick Brokaw. Whose game at the major league level would you say that you compare yourself to? He says you remind him of Jayson Werth, but who would you compare yourself to if you had to?
Yeah, I've gotten that one a lot, especially when I had long hair. Jayson Werth, unbelievable player. I mean, when he was with the Dodgers, I feel like all the really good players that play for the Dodgers, like I said, I mean, one of the best franchises in all of sports. And Jayson Werth, maybe like a little bit of Richie Sexton, sorry. Um, and I mean, Jayson Werth is a good one. So yeah, we'll go with that one.
Okay. I don't know how to pronounce this, so I won't say that. But the username. But the best pitcher you faced last year in AAA.
That's a tough question. I think it was the guy for Springfield, the lefty. I don't remember his name. He was doing like 100 miles an hour starter.
Oh, Genesis Cabrera.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
that
was pretty
dude's
good. Well,
filthy. Yeah.
I mean, anytime you face 100 from the left side, I mean, that's like face Chapman, like
Yeah.
a like a mini Chapman, and he was going for like a good amount of the game. I think I got a hit off him, but I mean, going from a toughness at bat, uh, kind of uncomfortable at bat, would probably be him just because he's throwing 100 miles an hour from the left side. I mean, you just don't see that. I mean, like you can't really prepare for that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Chapman's coming in. I mean, there's only so much you can do.
Yeah. From Scott Shavers 27, who is your role model?
My role model growing up, definitely my dad. Growing up, me and my dad definitely helped me out a lot on and off the field. Has taught me, what it means to work hard. Him owning his own business, me watching him build it from the ground up was something that I learned at a really young age, having helped him too. So my dad works his butt off, and my dad for sure. Baseball player wise, Sean Green was my favorite player growing up, and got a chance to talk to him and actually hang out with him during a spring training this year, which was unbelievable. And still stay kind of in contact with him, and yeah, no man, really good dude, and kind of always wanted to be like him, baseball player wise, growing up.
It's funny you answered that because the next question was going to be who was your favorite player growing up, but obviously answered that from Natalie Inoki. What's been your most memorable baseball moment so far?
Probably the two home runs I hit off of Madison Bumgarner when I was in Rancho Cucamonga in High A. He's doing a rehab assignment, and I mean, we all hit him well that day. But I hit two of them off, two homers off of him in the same inning, which was just an unreal, you know, um, memory. Getting to face him first and foremost is unbelievable. And even to hit one, but two was really really special to me. And like I said, we all hit him that day, and so that was probably my favorite memory right now.
Someone wants to know about your junior college experience from Chadley Bell 12. What was your favorite memory at Western Nevada?
Um, yeah, I mean WNC was unbelievable, a lot of fun. Up in Carson City, Nevada, up by Reno. So definitely love it out there. Kind of like a small town feel. Really good baseball grinders, man. I mean, that was leaving home and going up there was something that I loved. And favorite memory, probably beating CSN to go to the Western District Finals. We were so close to going to the World Series, but got knocked out. But that was an unbelievable game, and the game that we lost was unbelievable too. And Chad had a lot to do with it, the guy that asked the
Okay.
question. So yeah, I know Chad's a baller too.
Um, was there from Thomas Massaro, was there a player's baseball card you loved collecting when you were a child? I don't know if that'll be different than Sean Green or not.
Yeah, I didn't really collect much baseball cards, but I collected Sean Green stuff like cards, bats, balls, all that kind of stuff. So definitely Sean Green cards.
Uh, I'm guessing maybe by this guy's Instagram handle, he might be into this area. So the handle is Bryson D Art, and he wants to know what your favorite tattoo is. I don't know how many you have.
Oh, I have three tattoos. I have one on my side, a Bible verse, and then I have three roses on the inside of my arm. One for my grandma, or one for my grandma's, one for my mom and stepmom, and then one for all my sisters. Kind of like all the women that mean the most to me. And then I have my family crest on my arm. Me, my dad, and my little brother have it. And then, like I said, the Bible verse on my side. So they're all meaningful to me, or else I wouldn't have got them. Definitely want to get more though. Definitely want to get more one day.
So DJ, how many? I don't know this. How many siblings do you have? It sounds like you might come from a big family.
Yeah, I am one of seven.
Wow.
Yeah, second oldest. It's a combined family. I have two step siblings, brother and sister, and then a half sister, and then three full brothers and sisters. But we all grew up together. We don't really say that. I mean, lived in the same house since I was 5 years old with them. So obviously now they all live in Glendora. I live in Rancho now, but yeah, no, one of seven, man. Busy, always busy,
I bet.
always
I was
busy.
one of two. That was enough. Yeah.
Yeah, always.
All right. The last one that we've got here from Big Ant 03. I'm not familiar. I've heard of this restaurant. I've never been there. I've heard of it because I think there's a few of them in Southern California. What's your go-to order at the Hat in Glendora?
The hat, the pastrami, and the chili cheese fries. Do not get a large order, Alex, of the chili cheese fries. It feeds 90 people. Okay, they put it in the bag. They put it in this bag, and a small is good for like 3 to 4 people, I think. And unbelievable chili cheese fries. The pastrami is just unbelievable. Um, I've had the hat in forever. That's a great question. I think my go-to fast food is In-N-Out Burger. I know that all the people in Oklahoma will probably say Whataburger is better, but In-N-Out is by far the best. Grew up on that stuff, and I don't really eat as much though as I probably want to. But if I have a cheat meal, it's usually In-N-Out.
Okay. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up because I remember one time we were on the bus and we had stopped and you saw there was an area for those who don't know that we always stop at near the Texas Motor Speedway. It's got a Buc-ee's, it's got a bunch of
Yeah,
other, it's got an In-N-Out, it's got a Whataburger. So I had Whataburger with me. You walked by and you were like incredulous. But then I said, "How can you get that with In-N-Out?" I said, "Well, I got chicken." So you backed off then. I remember that.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Uh,
no, yeah, all the Midwest dudes and East Coast dudes say Whataburger is better, and obviously being from California, being biased, but there's nothing better than an In-N-Out burger, man. I mean, for a nice like cheat day, In-N-Out burger for me anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I prefer when you're stacking them up burger wise. Yeah, I
Yeah,
go with In-N-Out as well. But one more food question I'll ask you now. What was your favorite place to eat when you were in Oklahoma City last season?
I was in Oklahoma City. Favorite place to eat? Man, there's a lot of really good food down there. Can't really remember off the top of my head, but I know that there's this salad place that's really good um, over by where I lived. I think might be called Tender Greens, maybe.
Okay.
Um, and That's a really good question. I know that there's a lot of good food down there. I just don't really remember any of the restaurant names. I'm sorry.
No, no, that's all right. Yeah, I tell people I've lived here now for 8 years, and it is hard to miss a good meal in Oklahoma City. A lot of great places
A lot
to
of
eat
a lot
here,
of
and
really good breakfast too.
yes, that
A lot of
too.
really good breakfast
Yeah.
food. So really good food. I mean, beautiful ballpark. Can't can't really can't really go bad there.
Yeah, I tell people that if a couple of things. One of which it's if you have to be in AAA, which a lot of people obviously don't want to be at. It is one of the better places to be, and even still, 5 years later, people don't understand why the Dodgers wanted to have their AAA affiliate in Oklahoma City. But you've heard kind of all the stuff that the DJ has said, plus the chance to have Tulsa very close, and I don't think people realize it makes it easy in logistics for coordinators, for other front office staff to be able to go to both on the same trip very easily, and also to have players go between the two affiliates as well. So even though it might mean another hour in the hour on a plane ride to LA, I think they're very happy with the facility and all that stuff. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
One of the
Well,
best.
DJ, I think that's all I got for you. Again, we really appreciate you taking some time out of your schedule to sit down and answer some of my questions, some of the fans' questions. I hope they'll appreciate this. And again, like you've said so many times, we wish the best to not only you and your family and staying safe, but to everybody else. So anything else you want to add before we say goodbye, DJ?
Thank you for having me today, guys. It's been a lot of fun. I hope that you guys are out there being safe, staying safe, and, doing everything that, we could do to get us back on the field as soon as possible. And like I said, I hope everybody likes this and has fun with it, and stay safe. And God bless everybody out there.
That's a good way to wrap it up, and we are hoping that we will be doing more of these with some other players and coaches in Oklahoma City, but we knew DJ would be a great person to start it off. So again, DJ, thank you, and a thank you to all the fans who watched this today. We certainly appreciate it. Stay safe, and we will talk soon. All right, go Dodgers.